Hi, I'm James Rostance and welcome to the 414 Extra. So, this is where we now get to deep dive into the content we've just covered in the main show. And joining me still here is Ryan from the London Sock Company.
Hi James.
So Ryan, what I'd like to ask is, what advice would you give to marketers to put into effect the principle which you put forward of getting noticed for the right reasons?
I think really think about who you're trying to target, what's going to resonate with them. Put yourself in their position, whether it is a retail buyer, whether it's a celebrity or whether it's a direct customer. It's really trying to find a connection point with them, find something that you know is going to resonate positively with them. And I think that's the difference, and I think that's what is going to get you noticed for the right reasons, and that's what people are going to really connect with.
Is this something that you've always had right from the beginning of doing the company as well?
I think from our perspective, we didn't really have any experience with fashion or manufacturing or branding, and it was really trying to connect with the right people and understand how we could get support around us to help accelerate our journey. And we very quickly found that actually getting the support from individuals was so important, and building that network was so important, just to help us really kind of understand what direction we think that we should be going in. So getting those people to want to support you, I think for us was our first challenge, and that's really where we realized the power of getting someone wanting to help you, but it's also really trying to get them understanding why they want to help you.
Okay, so was there a kind of a multiplier effect for this happening and with the company taking off? And at what point did you notice that then?
I think when we're trying to build a business, there's been so many different factors which have played a significant part in our growth and our kind of continued success, although we still have a long way to go. But I think absolutely, I think people ultimately buy from people, and I think the challenge in today's world is there's so much communication, from advertising, there's so much content being pushed to everyone. Everyone is being targeted with advertising all the time, whether it's online, whether it's walking down the street. And trying to raise yourself above that and trying to understand what you're going to be able to connect with someone over someone else, I think it is a really important lesson that we did learn quite early on, and has definitely helped us make sure that we're connecting with the right people in the right way.
And would you say there's an element of authenticity about your approach to all this, or how would a level of authenticity help, or how has it helped you with this?
Yeah, I think that's a really good question, because I think the most important thing is that it is 100% authentic. I think that people can tell whether someone is just trying to get something from them, to benefit themselves. And whenever we're approaching anything, it's trying to understand, well, what value is there going to be for that person? Whether that is the customer, whether that's the celebrity. And I think that being authentic is so important, and I think it's the only way that using this strategy can be successful, because it's about building relationships, it's about building a rapport, it's about building a strong communication channel with whoever it is that you're trying to target.
And this is both customers and endorsers?
I think it's a strategy that fits across everything. So whether it's an end user customer, whether it's a buyer of a department store that you're trying to connect with to help understand why your product is going to be great for them, or whether it's a celebrity endorser, why should they get behind your brand? Why should they support you? What are they going to be interested in? Is it actually more of the business side, or is it more of the advertising side? Is it a paid side? There's lots of different reasons that drive people. Maybe it's social, so maybe it's a charitable angle. But I think really understand what drives that individual, what their targets are, what their interests are, put yourself in their shoes. And then once you understand that, I think that then makes what you do much, much easier.
Okay. And I guess finally then, I have to ask, why did you choose socks? What was the driver for that?
Good question. We do get asked that quite often, as you'd not be surprised. I came from the corporate world, as did my co-founder, where men have very few opportunities to express personality and get noticed for the right reasons. Less guys are wearing ties, and everyone's wearing the same colour shirt, the same colour trousers, the same colour shoes. And there was very kind of few brands that we were really kind of feeling excited about, that celebrated the the objective that we wanted to have, which was about helping guys get noticed for the right reasons. You know, when you wear our socks, for example, you know, we make sure that the designs that we do, the colorways, the tonalities, you know, we work very closely with stylists. It's about getting noticed for the right reasons. It's not, you know, crossing your legs and someone seeing your socks and thinking, oh, well, you know, that's a bit novelty. You know, it might be quite funny, it might be quite colorful. For us, it's about style and it's about confidence. And we have so many customers that will contact us now saying, well, I've got these lucky pair of socks and they might be red and they might be pink. And it's when they pull their socks up in the morning and they're wearing these socks, because they've had positive comments about it, they feel like they can go and smash the day. And I think that was a really important aspect for us, creating something that people were going to get noticed for the right reasons.
Perfect. Ryan, thank you ever so much again for joining us.
Thank you.